Hello guys, hi. Welcome to the Litter once again. To elect the council of the 168th session of the Litter and Scientific Society. Few sort of minor bits of business, well, I'll say minor. We've just had a catastrophe. So, Tara and I were standing outside, mind your own business. Pop-up stand outside, you saw it as you walked in, lovely. So we saw some lady, unidentified lady, walk over to the pop-up stand, right? Gently, sort of look at it, we went, gently put it on the ground, and it turns out that she has broken our pop-up stand.
What? How's it broken?
It doesn't stand up. That's just a wee tidbit of information, just to kick off the night with a bang. So yeah, if any want to pop up with a hammer, just saying, fix that.
Good fun.
Thanks.
Right there.
Okay, next we're going to go for nominations for honorary life members. So we have 2 nominations that need seconded at the minute. So the first nomination for honorary life membership is somebody that has contributed a significant amount to the society, and our first nomination is Tara Priyatia, sitting right here. And I believe this vote happens with a simple majority, so all those in favour could please raise your hand.
Aye.
Resounding majority, thank you very much. And the second honorary life member is Mr. Finbar Rogers. Do we have a seconder?
Seconded.
Can I say some writer on this?
Yes.
Can I say some amendments on this?
Go ahead.
Yes.
On the condition that he from now on faithfully still pays his fine.
Asterisks.
No, that's fair. I'll add a new column to the honorary life membership spreadsheet.
Can I add an amendment to that as well? Can I say within 2 weeks?
Does he have any outstanding fines?
Yeah, he doesn't actually have any outstanding fines at the minute.
Oh,
Don't worry, after Easter he will definitely be fined.
I think it's whenever he's fined that he has a limit of 2 weeks to pay it.
Yeah, no, but he's going to be fined after Easter. Just saying.
We just
Yeah, of course.
We know what's going to happen. It's fake. Okay, so we have a seconder. Could we vote on whether Finbar would get on our life membership? Please look at traitors. Okay, happy days. Thank you very much. And I think, okay, next order of business. You might remember that we passed an amendment to include the tech guy. We need to
Or gal.
or gal.
Or non-gender specific.
Technology person to be voted. So I believe Chris Spratt is going to be our new technology person.
Woo!
Pending a simple majority. But I believe, yeah, fair enough. All those in favour?
Aye.
And all those against? That's worrying. Welcome. And I think that's about it. So, okay, run through how it's going to work. So, for the first 3 positions, President, Secretary, and then Treasurer. So, we would invite the presidential candidates to 1, be quiet, and 2, to go and make a speech. Top 3 positions are going to have 90 seconds to make their speech, and the last positions are going to have 60 seconds, I believe, just sort of try and keep it a bit snappy. And then they'll have some questions at the end. So, I believe we have Ron, so Ron's speech, and then I'd like to welcome...
He's not finished. 90 seconds.
I'd like to welcome Mr. Ben Murphy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how proud I am to be standing here, having ran first time in first year for president, and I was unsuccessful. I lost by the tiniest of margins by a country mile actually. But I kind of stood up here and said some quite pompous things. But I have a changed man since then. It's been a labour of love to work for this society for the past 2 years. I have spent the last 6 months working on the IV, first IV in 56 years. And I cannot tell you how satisfying it's been to see a few rooms that I booked. I definitely booked with them. Whether they tweet this or not, I definitely booked them, and with the SU. And to see that blossom into 34 teams from across the UK and Ireland, the bridges that is built for us as a society, which I'm going to get on to now, I'm not just going to talk about what I have done. So the bridges that I built for the society through the IV are legion. And there are two main things that I want to do off the back of that next year. Basically, the first one is workshops. I have, through the number of people that I've met at the IV, I now have a list the length of my arm of people who are perfectly happy to come up here and do workshops anytime we want them to. We have Cork who've offered to Skype a workshop after the Easter break. So we have 2 workshops already lined up for after Easter. So get off on a good footing before I even get, hopefully, elected. And then the second arm of that is I've been networking with a charity called Debate Mate, who class name. They train university students to hold workshops in schools. So off the back of that, I'd like for us to train some members to hold schools workshops, and by this time next year, double the amount of teams that we have going to the schools competition. And they have said kind of maybe pay our members for doing that. So if you want to get paid £30 per session, hopefully, asterisk, addendum, maybe to do that, then that's what I intend to do next year. I intend to at least bring up the amount of teams that we have coming to our IV. I have every confidence in Andrew Hanneman that he'll do this. We will increase the number of teams coming to our IV to 52. We had it at 34 this year. Every confidence that will happen. Wink, wink, and yeah, basically I have, for the past year, I've toiled away, and I intend to go on even longer. And I'm going to build a wall through the middle of Belfast. There are University of Ulster who are going to pay for that. All the Mexicans out. Go Donald Trump.
It's just so lovely to hear him speak. Okay, so we would like our votes placed in this lovely box. Calvin, I believe, is going to go and sort of moderate. Oh, apologies.
I think it's much more sensible to do the questions after the vote.
Hello again.
Yes, does anybody have any questions which I forgot? Go, Craig.
Anyone else?
Didn't you get European teams as well as mainland UK? And
we did that one, definitely wasn't a composite team from our university that we just kind of called the university.
No, he's from Utrecht, so he
It counts in my head, yeah.
Any other question?
Mr. Calvin.
Yes, Mr. Calvin.
Mr. Murphy, I have 2 short questions. First of all, can you quickly, too short, really short. Can you quickly describe a typical breakfast that you would have? And also, can you please give us your best good evening, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, on the first, it would tend to be a high fiber diet, yogurt and all sorts of raspberry compote. No, I wouldn't really, to be honest, it would be cinnamon greens, because I worship cinnamon greens. So, yeah, go with that. On the second one, just how booming do you want it?
Oh, all of them.
Go for it.
All of them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll have 2 questions for him, which were 2-ish. And now we're going to start the voting. So clockwise, if you will, that's that way. So Calvin's going to go and sort of moderate that box. Please take a pen, don't keep the pen, and put your vote in this box, and then sort of, yeah, you know how it works. So, far right. you won't have to listen to me for much longer because Ben has won the election. Just a quick addendum, he has narrowly beaten off Pen. I'm not sure if that was a typo. Yeah. So yeah, congratulations. He accepts drinks as form of congratulations, I believe. Next up is secretary. So I believe that Robbie Whitehurst is going for that. I may have screwed up the first election, just saying, first on this. I was supposed to reopen the nominations for president before it happened.
Shame is on.
I know. So, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we have one of our candidates here at the minute. So there's Robbie Whitehurst. And Orla is behind all of those people.
You're behind.
Yes? Okay. So I believe we will do our speeches. Council of the 167 sessions. I believe we'll do this in alphabetical order. So Orla, could you please come and make a 90-second speech? Maximum 90 seconds, if you don't mind.
I have a written speech.
That's fine. You can ad-lib, debate. You don't have to. You can.
I'd rather not just say what to say.
That's fine. Robert?
Well, hello everyone. I shan't go on too long as you've had to put up with me for about 7 minutes at the start of every debate since last September, so I shan't bore you too much. I will say though, I'll get the topic bit out of the way. This last year has genuinely been probably the happiest year of my life. The people, shut up. I'm getting out of the way, it's going quickly. The people that I have met here, stop. The people that I have met here, except of course Jason here, the conversations that I have week on week and the things that you guys know like scares me. Like, I know for a fact that no matter what debate I ever go to, I can go to someone after it and hear like an expert opinion on it, something that I haven't known before. And I learn something new every week, stop laughing at me. And now we're going to the important stuff that's going to come for next year. This year, I, along with Katarina, who very much helped me in my endeavours, we applied for the first time for the European finals, the EUDC. Unfortunately, we found out that the scholarship application, whoever handles them, has about the level of intricacy as a certain SU that we may know about. But for next year, we've already got plans underway to go to the, or at least apply for scholarship to the World Finals in Holland next year. It will be the first time that we've ever gone abroad as a debate society in our current forms, and it should be an interesting prospect. Last year, you may remember that as part of my election campaign, I promised to do a rap/battle poetry for my first minutes. I mean, if you want to see that again, I know some of you still are scarred by it, and they will remain until the end of time. However, if you were to vote for me, if it was wanted, I could do another one. I suppose it's without wanting to keep you much longer, I will say thank you so much for a year, and I really hope that I'll be able to do a job that I absolutely adore doing for another year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now to Ron's speech. No.
Questions.
Fine. Now it's to questions. And to Orla, would you mind standing? Just.
Okay.
For questions.
Does anybody have any questions for upcoming secretaries? If you ask a question, it will be directed to both candidates so that you have an equal opportunity to. Yes, Lily.
Just for Orla, could you maybe detail a little bit of experience you might have Well, my main experience would be just in my sixth form, just doing speeches and just debating more in my sixth form, when I would just sometimes go and do debating. But I do have experience of more with secretary things, like my parents, like their business, I would often work as like sort of secretary for them, just sort of doing, like, they have like a magazine, so I just do like, you know, paperwork and things like that, so like organisation and keeping on top of things and like events and that sort of thing. I would be quite good at.
Thank you very much. So that was directed toward it. Do we have another question? One? Yes. For both candidates?
So for both of you, what would you do differently this year to last year, or next year to this year?
Ben mentioned in his about the workshops, and that's something that I'd really like to get into, because obviously first time this year, thanks to Ben's wonderful work, we had the IB, and that was for a good majority of us here, that was like our first experience of professional debating, like on a grand scale. We saw, like, I had the pleasure of like being on the judging panel for a few of them, and like it was striking to see like what they look for and how different it currently is to what we would consider to be like, you know, not good debating, but like, of course, we debate very well, we flipped an act, of course. But what they look for is something really specific, a really specific like set of skills. That wasn't a taking quite deliberately. And so if I would be able to help, Craig is going to sort out these schools workshops and the help of Ben, and I'd absolutely love to get involved with that and help people to aspire to go into the Ivy Leagues.
Yeah, so like a similar thing, I think a lot of it is like training like people up, just like more practice for the IB. So I think there's so much you can do with helping people be better and like, you know, coaching people, just giving people more advice on their skills and debating, that I think could make people do better in the IB. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. If we could, yes, go to a vote. Calvin is going to get yellow paper, I believe. No, honestly, these take forever. Run up. Robbie is our secretary for other candidates, and we will now open the nominations for treasurer. Would anyone else like to put themselves forward for nominations for treasurer? Jeremy is your opposition, I suppose. No? Okay. Could you take to the floor, please? 90 seconds.
Well, I have to tell you a little story about myself. When I first came to Queen's, one of the first events I went to was the marijuana debate over in the Students' Union. One of the first people I saw was Finbar get up there with his blue suit and pocket watch, and I thought that must be a stellar debate being at the Literate this fine society with all these people dressed up. And afterwards, Rob talked to me, and he invited me, encouraged me to even speak, not just to come along. And I was so welcomed by the society and the nice people here. And that brings me on to the council position that I'm running for, because I really found a place here where I feel at home. I feel like there are people from all over the university who are interesting and who are nice. And I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to join and do something to to make something of that my home too. So yes, that's the backstory. I thought treasurer would be nice because, well, I thought maybe my German roots would just give a bit. Yes, but looking forward to working in the council. Should you vote for me? And yes, I think I'll get more done than Ron at least.
I'm sorry. Do we have any questions for after that? Any questions for potential upcoming treasurer and other potential upcoming treasurers? Yes. So.
Would you say we love the society?
Second question. Yes.
He says that in easier in German.
Ich bin Zara
Let's see. Bruno?
Yeah, work.
Donor?
What?
The Turkish kind of.
Donor.
Okay.
Maybe your Germans had a sense of humour. Thank you very much. We'll move on to no, two questions. Just that. Okay, so we move on. The first three. To the vote, I believe. So Calvin is going to take the magic box once again and come out with mystery.
Orderly line.
Drawing of a love heart ran in this election, but if it did, it definitely won. And apart otherwise, welcome to the new council chair. So moving on to from the fastest AGM the Literific I believe has ever had. By Christ, I believe. It is now for internal convener, so the only candidate standing at the minute is Miss Lily. Internals first?
Yeah.
In the constitution? Internals first. Our ordinary debates are while important. Competitions are, our members come first. So. Internal convener.
I approve of them.
Ew, what's wrong with that?
Okay, it is external. Whatever. Okay, we go to external convener. Apologies. I believe you're the only candidate we have standing is Mr. Andrew Hanneman. So, would anybody else like to nominate themselves for the position of external convener? Yes? No?
3, 2, 1.
Okay, we are going to have 60-second speeches. So,
okay, so very briefly, Madam President and members of the council and everyone present, good evening. So, I share similar sentiment to Jeremy over here because it is a really heartfelt backstory I have, even though I can't really put it in 60 seconds. But since I had my maiden speech right here at the beginning of the 167 session and the subsequent speeches and my involvement in the Irish Times, and all of the good crap we had between myself and the rest of the terrific, I realized that I really found a society that I really cared about, and yes, I loved it as well. So I believe that having formed close bonds with the members of the council and members of the floor, I not only feel more secure about my own eccentricities, but I feel it would be an utmost privilege and pleasure to work with the council of the 168 session and make it a year of even more fruition. And Ben was a great external convener last year, and he had initially asked for my participation in the Irish Times, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I most of all got to see what it was like to sort of what the role would sort of entail, and met with conveners from all over Ireland. Therefore, I'm already familiar with the councils from there. And I'd like to thank all the former members of the council, especially Mayor Louise and my president. And I'm delighted to serve. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ron. Thank you. We're going to take one question for external conveners. So you've had one too.
What do you hope to do differently next year? So like expansions?
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that the Literific has been up and coming very exponentially over the past few years, and it's just to sort of continue that exponential growth and to see how we had the IP this year, that we can, as Ben said, as president, you would be looking to get even more teams in and so on, and then I would also be available to organize even more events and make the Literific name a name that will be renowned in all schools throughout not only UK but Ireland, the world.
Thank you. And now for the vote, I believe. So yes, take your stand. For all of your votes and for your continued attention, and I'd like to welcome Andrew onto the panel. And now, apologies for messing up last time, we're on to the internal convener. So Lily is currently the only standing candidate, so if anybody else would like to run for internal convener, nominate yourself. No, once, twice, wrong, no, yeah. Make your speech.
Good evening, everyone. I'll start by saying a little bit about what I've done this year. So I'm outreach officer at the moment. I've helped with debating matters, done the schools competition, helped out with the IB, just generally done all the things that have been supposed to done by my role. And next year, what I'd really like to do for the role of internal convener, as Ben has already said, is really have a focus on workshops. I like, as much as we'd like to have stuff with schools, I'd really like to get different schools within the university involved. So I do anthropology and English, and both of them would massively benefit from having some workshops. We already do stuff, we already do stuff in class, but it would be wonderful because there's such a focus on employability nowadays. And I think it would be really wonderful to utilise Ben's contacts and create new ones of our own. to make the workshops as brilliant as they can be. Oh, and get a really good calendar up for the, what's it called?
Year.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Do we have a question for the internal convener? I suppose we'll go for previous internal convener. Go ahead.
On the spot, give me a debate motion that you would put in next year's term.
Well, to be honest, my plan was to talk to the rest of the members of the council and write their ideal motions out and then have a good discussion, because personally I don't think it's my decision that matters, it's the group's decision.
It's your decision.
Go back and forth. Thank you very much. Yes. Now we're on to another vote. Let's see. Flying through it. So I'm back again to say congratulations to Lily. So next up is going to be the nomination for Outreach Officer. Yes. Which is the nominations at the minute are Andrew Dillon, who's the back here, looking dashing in his suit, and Jason Bunting, who's looking lovely as always. Would anybody else like to put themselves forward for Outreach Officer? No. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll go alphabetically. So I believe Jason Bunting, you 60 seconds, all yours.
I'm just very hello everybody. I was going to start with distinguished members of the Letter Ethic, but after that has been scoffed at numerous times, I'll just leave that to the side. I'm putting my name forward for Outreach Officer, and I think it's a role that would really complement my skills, my passion, my experience so far. And I just want to also start by saying, despite all the digs at the Queen's picture that we've been together, and all having to listen to crowds muttering all year, it's been a genuine pleasure to be part of this society for you, and I'm hoping to continue. So firstly, I just want to tell you about the ideas that I have for next year. So firstly, I want to massively increase our presence on social media, because it's the only way you can really get our message out to the majority of people. Secondly, I want to have a lot more involved role with society, so not just political ones that are woefully inactive in Queen's Hotel, but also the apolitical ones. They are. Thirdly, going back to what Ben and Lily were saying about the schools competition, I think it's really important that we get far more schools involved, schools from the south, or as a foreign country as Gary would call it. And I just want to make it even bigger and better than it was last year, because it was a huge pleasure just being part of it and having the opportunity to judge this year, so as you did. Fourthly, I've got too many ideas. I was thinking about having more one-off competitive data or competition, because I think it's good advertisement for the society, and I've got ideas. We can ask me about it in the bar. I'm just going to finish by saying that I believe the Letter Ethic needs a passionate, enthusiastic and creative outreach officer after the year ahead to build on the progress that we've already made. I believe that the Letter Ethic can be once modern, technologically advanced, creative and fresh, forward-thinking, while still staying true to the traditional debating rigmarole that we all know and love. This is what I would like to achieve as Outreach Officer, and I would be honoured by your votes.
Thank you very much. And welcome, Andrew.
Well, Letter Ethic is great. We all love Letter Ethic, so we do. Every single one of us. But I think it can be better. And so I have really 4 broad ideas and things that I want to do that I think will make it better. The first one is kind of separate from the other 3. Of course, is the responsibility with schools comp. And that is what I want. What I want to see there is more schools taking part, trying to get the message out further, working with Debating Matters to make that happen. And that's for us to connect people before they're at universities. We've already heard the literature. But a house is only as strong as its foundation, and that's why most of my focus is going to be building the base here at the Literatic. And I have 3 strategies for that. The first is with the help and expertise and context I have in marketing. Over the summer, I want to put together a bespoke and targeted social media campaign that's going to be implemented throughout the year. It's not just going to be me talking about this, it's going to be done, and it's going to have my energy to make sure that it's stuck to. And that's consistency is what's going to give us exposure. The second thing, more specifically, is that if you want growth, which is what we want more members here. We want long-term growth, and that's why I want a focused campaign aiming for increasing numbers of first years. So this is going to happen in the start of each semester. And finally, and my most passionate, is similar to what Jason was saying, encouraging intercollegiate cooperation. And I've already seen this with what already happened this last year. I want to see more communication. Thursday should be a vehicle to get conversation between different groups. And the main part of that is diversity. I want to see more diversity at the Literatic, and that is the best vehicle to seeing that. So for more engaged members, a more diverse Literatic, please join me, and let's make the Literatic more real. Thank you.
We're going to take 2 questions, and they're both going to be, the question is going to be directed to both candidates. So, yes, please.
So one of the least active demographics in Queen's University is the postgraduate section. So what do both of you think that you can do to engage postgraduates more with the society?
I'll take that first. The first thing I think would be awareness. So I think there's a bit of a lack right now. It's something I'd like moving forward to have a lot more like publicity campaigns and like one-off events. So putting up like posters and getting involved with postgrads. And also I think your point goes to something deeper, which is the first years. If you sort of address first years as soon as they come into Queen's, then down the line there's going to be a lot fewer postgrads that aren't going to be involved. I think that's something that I could really help with, because I know first years, like I can contact them, like they are immensely passionate about like politics and society, and I think it's just a lack of communication right now, because if we get to them, they will be ready to participate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely in terms of postgraduate students, it'd be great to see more of them come in and more of that knowledge come in as well. And advertising companies and whatnot are good, but what really matters is direct communication with specific people. So I would be looking to find the specific people that represent postgraduates in whether that's clubs and societies, or whether that's in the specific accommodation and study areas, and looking to connect with them to see the best way to kind of get some sort of communication going, so that people who are postgraduates can hear more about the Literatic and passing along that relationships.
Okay, thank you very much. Last question. Where is the other chat this one?
I'm here.
Lily. Yes, Gemma.
Okay, so one thing that from speaking to Lily this year she's found really difficult is she's really tried to get schools involved in the schools competition, but they've not been very responsive.
Yeah.
So how would you combat that? How would you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, the first thing I would say is that I've already done it as part of the other major society I'm involved in, CQB. We actually went into a school in Lurgan, where I'm from, and we did a human rights workshop, and as a result they set up their own amnesty group in school, so I already have experience liaising with that school, and sort of like coaching them through their sort of program in that event. So I think that I do have experience. I think that I can do what it takes to get schools involved, and I also think there's a massive, I think as interest in it increases, then I think you'll see more schools starting to realise sort of the value of it, and it's all about going after the source and like pitching the benefits of debating and Literatic in general. So I think there's something with my confidence and my sort of speaking ability that I could be pretty efficient at. So.
Yeah, I have some friends from like secondary schools and stuff who teach there, and what you actually find a lot of the time is it's not necessarily teachers aren't wanting these sort of activities, it's just finding the pupils that really want to take part in getting big enough numbers. And so I would be looking into how we can make pupils more aware of the opportunities and really pushing the benefits to the pupils. Why is it good for them to take part in this? What benefit is it going to give them? And hopefully you're selling that idea to them. So it would be trying to encourage that kind of awareness in students.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll launch our room. So the winner of the Irish officer for the career is Mr. Andrew Hill. Okay, congratulations and commiserations. So next up is Open Representative, I believe. So that is Dr. Craig Miller.
Open nomination.
No, I am. I don't know what Craig's saying.
That's it.
Huh?
So we've got there now.
Would anyone else like to put themselves forward for open representative? They're people that represent third years and postgraduates. No? What did you do? Thank you, Craig. 60 seconds.
So as treasurer, I had fun dealing with people and their timekeeping. It was really good to get tapped in about 3 minutes before the event was going to start. Good luck, Jay. The reason I'm going for open rep is because next year I'm going to be based around Northern Ireland. I probably will be based in Craigavon, Enniskillen, Londonderry, Antrim. I will be probably in 6 weeks in all of those places, so it gives us a decent chance to actually get out there and help people that are going to be running competitions. Me and James have done the only workshop for non-debaters this year. It went down very well, and it's something I want to carry on doing next year, and it's probably the one thing I can do next year to create a bunch of mini Craigs across Northern Ireland. I'm really excited to do that. No, I'm joking. But basically, because I'm not going to be based in Belfast, as open rep, I can actually do things across the entirety of Northern Ireland and hope it will be Andrew to build the schools comp, because we are currently getting eaten up by another debate comp, so we actually have to fight back. And I'm still doing that.
Questions? Has anybody got one question for Craig? Sorry, apologies. Ron?
No.
Who?
Did she call out?
Not for open representative, it was Lila. She's secondary rep.
Yes.
Confuse me. Yeah, do you have a question for Craig? Yes, Ella. I'm wrong.
Part of the open representative role is also to support council members, maybe if they're workloads a lot. How are you going to do that if you're all around Northern Ireland?
Okay, so I will be able to help Treasurer because I've done the job already. In terms of actually putting the tasks, it's going to be quite difficult to physically do that for him, but I'm definitely going to know where we can go to raise money to start raising more sponsorship, which we've done this year. I think we raised an extra £800 in sponsorship this year compared to last year. So I will carry on supporting you in that role. In terms of external, me and Ben work extremely close this year on the IB in terms of making sure the finances are in order, where to go for food, things like that. So we've done that quite a lot as already. Seth didn't need much help, as far as I can remember. I would have been more of a hindrance writing anything for him. Internal, I feel like I will help quite a lot. Just tell him to make
Briefly,
very
please.
good. Who else is there to help in council? Oh, and I want to actually do some social events this year, and I've got a really good idea because I played Rounders for the first time yesterday. And I want to actually have our first social next year of Rounders, which I think will be quite good fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you for redeemed yourself. So move on to the vote, Richie's freaking out. Before I announce the winner of this election, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to read out some of the variations that we have decided to accept as not spoiled that. So there's Craig, Make America Great Again. Like how these are all claiming them, nice. Craig the Big Man Miller. Big Craig Miller at iCloud.com. Apologies. I'm assuming you want to keep that one, frame it. And Dr. Craig Miller, MFDS, DFS Seal. Bit of a large. In conclusion, Craig has won the election. And now we are on to our final election of this evening, which is second year representative, and I believe we have 3 candidates standing. So we have Orla Lockwood-Hayes. Sorry, we have Orla Lockwood-Hayes, Jason Bunting, and we have Peter Dunn. Would anybody else like to put them forward for second year representative? The only proviso being that you have to be in second year next year. Are you second year? Yes. Second year currently?
Yes. Is that a problem?
Yeah. Well, it would have been open representatives that you would have run for. Do you mind if I withdraw your nomination? Okay, so we have 2 contestants. You've been bamboozled. Okay, we have 2 people running for this position, so we will go alphabetically again, I believe. So Jason, we can go the other way. 60 seconds. Go for it.
60 seconds. Right, thank you for humouring me on my second attempt. Yes, second year I'm not what I thought I was going to be talking about today. But basically, I can tell you what I told in the first speech, or I could say that I'm first year right now for French, so I know the requirements, I know how to be a representative, and I'm sure that I would be a great ambassador for second year. I would always be in contact with them, and I know that I could make their views heard in the letterific, and also more about kind of getting them involved in the letterific, because quite a few people don't know, no offence, but what it is. So I'll just have to spread the word and portray their views as best I can to the council, and as well as that, all the stuff getting more involved in social media and getting involved in school competition, getting involved in the IB, and I know for a fact that in our year there are a lot of politically motivated, active, confident young men and women that could make a real difference to the letterific, and I would be honoured if I was their representative. So.
Thank you very much. Peter Dunn?
A speech that I've written is going to be far too long, so I'll try and keep it.
Sorry, I've got a bit.
I'll try and keep it success. So, dear members of the joke, I would like to start by commenting on how much I've enjoyed and valued being part of society this year. Although I do have a little bit of experience with public speaking, debating was fairly new and very daunting to me. in particular the more formal side of debating that's conducted here at the Terrific. I've been welcomed, encouraged to speak and attend events, and for this I'm eternally grateful. I believe the important aspect of the role of the secondary rep is to create interest in the Terrific people who perhaps not ordinarily be interested in debating. And it's not just the strong, confident people that find it easier to speak. Because I think something that debating does really well, it helps you be confident. So yes, if someone's been encouraged greatly by the society, it would give me a complete pleasure to share this with other people. Also have a number of proposals and ideas to increase the involvement of second years. I've enjoyed the socials considerably, but I'd like to encourage a greater emphasis on the lower cost socials, such as meet and greets and that kind of thing. I'm trying to improve quickly. I'd also like to focus on building greater links between faculties, as some of the other nominees have talked about, advertising bases, starting lectures, simple things like that. Yeah, it's not just getting people to a debate, however, but it's encouraging them to return. So making sure when second years at the debate, talk to them and make sure they're welcome, as you all do very, very well. Please vote for second year rep who cares greatly about debating and the society. Thank you.
Thanks very much. And do we have questions? We'll go for 2 questions for this one. Yes, Dr. Craig.
As 2 best mates.
Yeah. That was the other time to fight.
How will you feel if the other one gets the position?
Okay, guys.
And we're both pretty amazing, so
yeah.
For the record, you can all go along to council meetings anyway.
Yeah.
Just and anyone else can come. So
yeah.
Yes, Robert.
Jason, you mentioned, I'm sure, about people who are looking to get people who are already very politically involved and want to be in a debate and say like ours. But one more concern with people who wouldn't be, in this country it's very easy to be disillusioned with the political system. It's very easy to say, politics. What would you do to ensure that those people will come along and have a good time in political?
I mean, I think that's what debating is all about, because debates aren't just there, as you say, for the people that are content with the system. Debates are about opening up the system and getting more opinions. And I think that I would be able to engage people that maybe aren't politically active or anything like that, because I would be able to say if there's an issue that you're interested in, debating it offers you the opportunity to present your case. Even people who aren't a solution, I think they need a voice. I mean, this is the perfect place to do it. So.
Thank you very much.
Yes, pretty much what I said. I think it's, I think Literapic is a supportive environment for people who perhaps not decide to send to debate. And quite a few of my friends feel like, oh, I'm not going after one, like they're alright already. And I think that's something we can encourage, that Literapic isn't just this closed, cliquey society, because it is open to everyone. So I know everybody here, that's what we want the Literapic to be. So yeah.
Thank you very much. We will move on to voting, I think. So, final round of voting, yeah. Potentially. So there's Peter, James, or Ross.
Yeah.
I want to do the full thing. Going to announce the final vote this evening, and then we're going to move on to the house bar after we put the room back together. Yes, new council, please take our photographs. And old council. Apologies. So, what?
Formal tickets.
And stick around for formal tickets. Okay, just want to know. Just want to know. Okay. Welcome, Peter, to the council. Congratulations, commiserations. If anybody, welcome. That's amazing. 160th session. So we're going to take a photograph of the 160th session. Council.
Not pop up.
Beside the not pop up. And if anybody does have money with them today and would like to buy a ticket for our Conversazione, which is going to be held on the 26th of April in the Ulster Reform Club, so it's 2 weeks earlier, so we have no excuse to take close to exams. Please,
pay attention.
Old council and new council, please see Craig. I believe it's £30 for meat eaters and £28 for non-meat eaters. And what was the last thing that was going on there? That's about it. Yeah, happy days. Well, congratulations. So, thank you very much. And after all that, we're off to House Bar. So see Craig if you want a ticket for the formal and stand there for
New council, old council, gather around for a ticket.
Create a bunch of mini Craigs across Northern Ireland.
Mini Craigs.